Hey, and welcome to English Avenue Podcast.
Jake, have you ever seen someone at work who's actually really good, but somehow nobody notices them?
Oof, yes. The quiet hero in the corner. Great work, clean reports, always on time, and still somehow invisible.
Invisible. That's the word. And honestly, I think a lot of English learners know this feeling. They work hard, they understand their job, they have good ideas, but when the meeting starts, their English suddenly hides.
Their English puts on a tiny coat and leaves the room.
Poor English. But yes, that feeling is real. And if you've ever felt invisible at work because your English didn't carry your ideas clearly, this episode is for you. Hey, English learners! Welcome back to the English Leap podcast, your cozy little place to learn easy English through real everyday conversations. I'm Anna.
And I'm Jake, and today's episode is a B1 to B2 English podcast for daily life English, especially for learners who want better workplace English conversation.
Today, we're talking about how to speak better at work. Not perfect English, not robotic business English, real English speaking practice for meetings, teamwork, feedback, and those tiny office moments where you want to sound clear and confident.
And we'll take simple workplace sentences, the kind many learners already use, and make them sound more natural, more professional, and more confident.
Because sometimes the problem is not your idea. The idea is good. The problem is that the sentence carrying the idea is a little tired.
Like it walked up 5 flights of stairs before entering the meeting.
Right. So we're going to give those sentences better shoes.
And before we jump in, if this kind of workplace English conversation helps you, leave us a like and subscribe to the English Leap podcast. It really helps us keep making these daily life English episodes for you. Okay, Anna, that opening already feels very real, because some people are excellent at their job, but still don't know how to make their value visible.
That's where I want to start. You can be good at your job and still not be seen.
Yeah, and that feels unfair, doesn't it?
It does. Imagine someone named Sarah. Sarah finishes her tasks on time. She helps people quietly. She writes good reports. She checks details. She does everything properly.
But in meetings?
In meetings, she says almost nothing. She thinks, my work will speak for itself.
Ah, that sentence, my work will speak for itself. It sounds nice, but at work, sometimes your work needs a little microphone.
Yes, your work may be excellent, but people are busy. They may not notice every detail unless you also communicate what you're doing, what you're thinking, and where you can add value.
So the basic sentence might be, I do my work.
And that sentence is not wrong, it's just very small.
Very small, like a tiny office sandwich.
Tiny office sandwich, right. A stronger sentence would be, I want to be more proactive and share my ideas when they can add value.
That word, proactive, is doing a lot of work there.
It is. Proactive means you don't just wait for someone to tell you every step. You notice something, you think ahead, and you take action in a helpful way.
So proactive is not loud. It doesn't mean you interrupt everyone.
No, not at all. It means you show up before the problem becomes a fire.
Before the office is burning and everyone is holding coffee like, something feels warm.
That's the idea. So instead of only saying, I do my work, you can say, I want to be more proactive and share my ideas when they can add value.
Let's try that in a real workplace moment. I'll be the employee who wants to become more visible.
And I'll be the manager. Go ahead.
I've been thinking about the project, and I want to be more proactive going forward. If I notice something that could help the team, I'd like to share it earlier.
I appreciate that. What kind of ideas have you been thinking about?
I noticed we often wait until the end of the week to discuss problems. Maybe we could have a short mid-week check-in so small issues don't become bigger later.
Nice. That sounds helpful, not pushy.
And that's the key. Being proactive is not saying, look at me, I'm amazing. It's saying, I'm paying attention and I want to help.
That sentence alone can change how people see you at work.
Okay, but here's the next fear. Some learners may think, fine, I'll speak more, but then they talk too fast, too much, and the idea gets lost.
Ah, yes, the meeting marathon.
A person starts with one small point, and 12 minutes later, we're in a completely different country.
We've all been in that meeting. But speaking better at work is not about speaking more. It's about speaking clearly.
So the basic sentence here is, I want to say my idea.
Again, not wrong, but it sounds a little weak, like the idea is standing outside the meeting room asking, "Can I come in?"
Poor idea.
A better sentence is, "I want to articulate my idea clearly."
Articulate. That's a beautiful word, but some learners may feel it's a big word.
It sounds big, but the meaning is friendly. To articulate means to express your thoughts clearly in a way people can understand.
So if I articulate my idea, I don't just throw words everywhere.
No word confetti.
No word confetti. I organize my thought and say it clearly.
Right. And here's the important part. Articulate does not mean perfect. You can make small grammar mistakes and still be articulate if your message is clear.
I love that because a lot of learners wait for perfect English before they speak.
And if you wait for perfect English, you may stay silent for years.
Let's show this. You're in a meeting, people are discussing a problem. You have an idea, but you need a second to organize it.
Okay, I'll try it.
Go ahead.
I'd like to take a moment to articulate my idea clearly. I think the issue is not the deadline itself, but the number of approvals before the deadline.
That's interesting. So you're saying the delay is coming from the approval process.
Yes, if we reduce one approval step, we may be able to finish on time.
See? Clear, calm, easy to follow.
And I didn't need a long speech, just a clear sentence.
Also, you sounded like you had slept well, even if you didn't.
That is the real workplace dream.
Now, let's talk about one of the scariest moments for English learners at work, when someone explains something and you do not understand.
That moment, your face is smiling, but inside you're like, I have left the planet.
Yes, and everyone else is nodding, so you start nodding too.
The international workplace nod. It means, I hope someone sends notes later.
Very accurate. But seriously, this is important. Many learners feel embarrassed when they don't understand something.
They think asking a question makes them look weak.
But actually, asking a clear question can make you look focused. It shows you care enough to understand properly.
So the basic sentence is, I don't understand.
Honest, but a little too direct sometimes.
Right. At work, we can soften it and make it smoother. You can say, could you clarify that for me?
Clarify. This is one of those words that instantly makes you sound more professional.
Yes, clarify means to make something clearer. So instead of saying, I'm lost, you're saying, can we make this point clearer?
That feels much better. It keeps the conversation calm.
Another great sentence is, I'm not sure I follow. Could you clarify the main point?
I love, I'm not sure I follow. It sounds polite, but also very human, like, I was with you, and then I fell off the bus.
That's it. Let's act this out. You explain something in full office language.
Oh, I can do office language. Ready?
Ready.
So we need to align the internal timeline with the client-facing expectations before we revisit the delivery framework and finalize the post-launch communication strategy.
I'm sorry, Jake. I want to make sure I understood that correctly. I'm not sure I follow the part about the timeline. Could you clarify the main point?
Of course. Basically, we need to finish the internal plan first, then decide how we'll update the client after launch.
Ah, that makes sense. Thank you for clarifying.
Beautiful. Nobody panicked, nobody disappeared under the table.
And honestly, other people in the meeting may be grateful because they didn't understand either.
That happens a lot. One brave question saves the whole room.
I love that. One brave question saves the whole room.
Okay, now we're getting into a harder area, giving opinions at work.
Yes, because opinions are dangerous little animals.
Dangerous little animals?
Yes, if you hold them too tightly, they bite. If you throw them across the room, they scare people.
That is strangely accurate.
Many learners either say nothing because they don't want to sound rude, or they say something too direct, like, I think this is not good.
And that sentence is understandable, but it can feel harsh.
Especially if someone worked hard on the idea.
So what's the better version?
From my perspective, this approach may need some adjustment.
That sounds so much softer and stronger at the same time.
Yes, because from my perspective means this is how I see it. You're not attacking the other person. You're sharing your view.
Perspective means your way of seeing or understanding something.
Right, and this approach may need some adjustment is much better than this is not good.
Because this is not good lands on the table like a brick.
A very heavy brick.
But may need some adjustment sounds like we can improve this.
Let's do a scene. I'll present a plan, and you disagree professionally.
Okay, I'll be careful with the dangerous animal.
So I think we should launch the campaign next Monday. It gives us enough time, and we can fix any small issues later.
I see why that could work. From my perspective, though, the timeline may need some adjustment. If we launch next Monday, the design team may not have enough time to review everything properly.
That's a fair point. What would you suggest?
Maybe we could move the launch to Wednesday and use Monday and Tuesday for final checks.
See? That sounded confident, but not rude.
And I didn't say bad idea, Anna.
Thank you for not destroying my campaign in public.
I try to be a decent colleague.
This is why perspective is such a useful word. It gives you space to speak honestly without sounding like you're attacking someone.
Now, let's stay with that idea, because many learners also struggle with confidence. They don't want to be rude, so they become too soft.
Yes, they start every sentence with, sorry, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but possibly.
By the time they reach the opinion, the meeting is over.
And their idea's tired.
But I get it. In a second language, you don't always know how strong your words sound, so many learners choose very soft language to stay safe.
And being polite is good, but if you are too soft, people may not understand your real point.
That's where the word assertive helps.
Assertive. This is a strong one.
Assertive means confident and clear, but still respectful. You're not aggressive, you're not passive, you're in the middle.
So aggressive is, no, you're wrong.
Passive is, oh, never mind, my idea is probably silly, let's forget I spoke.
And assertive is?
I see your point, but I have a different perspective.
That one is so useful.
Or a slightly stronger version. I want to be assertive here, but respectful. I see your point, and I'd like to offer another view.
I like that because it names the intention. You're saying, I'm not trying to fight, I'm trying to be clear.
Yes, and sometimes that helps, especially in a serious discussion.
Can we do the 3 versions? Rude, too soft, and assertive?
I was hoping you would ask.
Okay, we're discussing a proposal. I say, I think we should reduce the budget for this part of the project.
Rude version. No, that's a bad idea. We shouldn't do that.
Ouch, my project feelings are hurt.
Too soft version. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we could possibly think about something else, but only if everyone wants, and sorry.
That sentence brought its own blanket and hid under the desk.
Assertive version. I see your point, but I have a different perspective. If we reduce the budget there, we may affect the quality of the final result.
That is the one. Clear, respectful, and useful.
And notice something. Assertive people don't need to sound angry. They sound steady.
Steady, that's a lovely word for it.
They don't push people down. They bring their idea forward.
That is workplace English at its best.
Okay, now let's go back to proactive, because I think there's another side of it.
Yes. Earlier we talked about being proactive so your ideas are seen, but now let's talk about being proactive when there is a problem.
Ah, the moment when everyone sees the problem, but everyone quietly hopes someone else will speak first.
The group silence.
Very loud silence.
In many workplaces, there's a big difference between someone who says, tell me what to do, and someone who says, I'll take a proactive approach and prepare a few options.
That second person sounds like they are already thinking ahead.
Right. Tell me what to do is not terrible, but it sounds passive. It puts all the thinking on the manager.
But I'll take a proactive approach and prepare a few options says, I see the problem and I'm ready to help.
Let's make this real. Imagine the team has a deadline on Friday, but by Wednesday, it's clear they might not finish.
Ah, the Wednesday panic, a classic.
Very classic. The passive version is, tell me what to do.
The better version is, I'll take a proactive approach and prepare a few options.
Let's act it out.
I'll be the team member, you be the manager.
Okay.
I notice the deadline may be at risk because we're still waiting for the final data. I'll take a proactive approach and prepare a few options. One option is to send a shorter version on Friday. Another is to move the full report to Monday. Would you like me to walk you through both?
Yes, please. That would be very helpful.
That sounds like someone who is not just reporting a problem, they're helping solve it.
And that is powerful at work. You don't need to have the final answer every time, but if you can bring options, people trust you more.
I like that. Bring options, not just panic.
Although sometimes we bring both.
True. Options in one hand, panic in the other.
Very human. But the sentence still helps. I'll take a proactive approach and prepare a few options.
That's a sentence learners can use in meetings, emails, even performance reviews.
Yes, it shows maturity.
Okay, last workplace situation, and this one is delicate.
Giving feedback?
Giving feedback.
The tiny office earthquake.
It really can feel like that, because feedback can help people improve, but if you say it badly, it can make people defensive.
And many learners know what they want to say, but they worry it will sound too harsh.
The basic sentence is, this is wrong.
Very clear, very short, very dangerous.
It has no cushion.
A better sentence is, can I offer some constructive feedback?
Constructive. That word is important.
Constructive means helpful and focused on improvement. You are not just criticizing. You are trying to build something better.
I like the connection there. Constructive. Construct. Build.
Yes, constructive feedback is feedback that builds, not feedback that breaks.
That's a nice way to remember it.
And you can also say, I have a constructive suggestion that might help improve this.
That sounds gentle. You're not saying you made a mistake. You're saying, here's something that could help.
Right. Let's do one last scene. I'll give feedback on your work.
Be kind. I worked very hard on my imaginary report.
I will be kind.
Okay, go ahead.
First, I really like the structure of this report. The information is clear. Can I offer some constructive feedback on the opening section?
Of course. Go ahead.
I think the main point could appear a little earlier. If we put the key result in the first paragraph, the reader will understand the message faster.
That makes sense. So not, this is wrong, but here is how we can make it stronger.
Yes, and notice that the feedback includes a reason. It's not just criticism. It gives direction.
That's what makes it constructive.
And nobody had to cry in the break room.
A successful office moment.
So, today we looked at something really important. Speaking better at work is not about becoming a different person.
It's not about suddenly becoming the loudest person in the room.
It's about choosing sentences that help your real value become visible.
If you work hard but stay completely silent, people may miss your ideas.
If you speak but your ideas are unclear, people may not understand your value.
But when you can say, I want to be more proactive, I want to articulate my idea clearly, could you clarify that for me? From my perspective, I want to be assertive but respectful, and can I offer constructive feedback? Your English starts working with you.
Not against you.
And remember, you don't need perfect English to sound professional. You need clear English, calm English, and useful sentences you can trust.
Yes, because your ideas deserve good sentences.
Put that on an office mug.
Honestly, I would buy it.
Same.
And now, let's slow down and practice some of today's strongest workplace words together so you can really remember them and use them in your own conversations.
Let's start with proactive. This is a powerful word for work, but also for life.
Yes, proactive means you take action early. You do not just wait for someone to tell you what to do.
Say it slowly with us. Proactive.
Proactive.
The easiest sentence is, I want to be more proactive.
That means I want to take action earlier. I want to think ahead.
At work, you can say, I want to be more proactive in meetings.
Or I'll take a proactive approach and prepare a few options.
Anna, can I say, I am proactive person?
Almost. Say, I am a proactive person. We need a before proactive person.
Ah, good correction. I am a proactive person.
Very natural. You can also say, she is very proactive. That means she does not wait quietly. She notices what needs to be done.
So instead of saying, tell me what to do, I can say, I'll take a proactive approach.
Yes, that sounds much more mature and professional.
Let's make it real.
The deadline might be delayed. What should we do?
I'll take a proactive approach and prepare 2 possible options.
Perfect. That sounds helpful, not passive.
So instead of saying, tell me what to do, say, I'll take a proactive approach.
And instead of saying, I want to speak more, say, I want to be more proactive in meetings. Our next word is articulate. This word is perfect when you want to speak clearly.
Yes, articulate means to express your thoughts clearly so people can understand your idea.
Say it slowly with us. Articulate.
Articulate.
The easiest sentence is, I want to articulate my idea clearly.
That sounds much better than I want to say my idea.
Yes, say my idea is understandable, but articulate my idea clearly sounds more professional.
Can I say, she is very articulate?
Yes, that is a very natural sentence. She is very articulate means she explains things clearly and confidently.
So, articulate can be a verb and also describe a person.
Right. You can say, I want to articulate my thoughts. That is the verb. And you can say, he is articulate. That describes the person.
Nice. So if someone speaks clearly in a meeting, I can say, he is very articulate.
Yes, very natural.
Let's make it a mini conversation.
You had a good idea in the meeting, but you looked nervous. What happened?
I had the idea, but I couldn't articulate it clearly.
That happens. Maybe next time, write one simple sentence before the meeting.
Good advice.
So instead of saying, I cannot say my idea, say, I'm struggling to articulate my idea.
And instead of saying, she speaks very clearly, you can say, she is very articulate. Our third word is clarify. This is one of the most useful words for meetings.
Yes, clarify means to make something clearer.
Clarify.
Clarify.
A natural sentence is, could you clarify that for me?
This is much smoother than saying, I don't understand.
You can also say, could you clarify the main point?
Or, I'm not sure I follow. Could you clarify that?
Anna, what about the noun? Is it clarification?
Yes, clarification is the noun. You can say, thank you for the clarification.
So after someone explains something, I can say, thanks for the clarification.
Very natural. You can also say, I need a little clarification on this point.
That sounds professional.
It does. And remember, asking for clarification does not make you look weak. It shows you want to understand properly.
Let's make it real.
We need to revise the internal process before we update the external team.
I'm not sure I follow. Could you clarify the main point?
Sure. We need to fix our internal steps first. Then we can update the other team.
Thank you for the clarification.
So instead of saying, I don't understand, say, could you clarify that for me?
And after someone explains, say, thank you for the clarification.
Our fourth word is perspective. This is a beautiful word for sharing opinions politely.
Yes, perspective means your way of seeing or understanding something.
Say it slowly with us. Perspective.
Perspective.
The most useful phrase is, from my perspective.
Like, from my perspective, this approach may need some adjustment.
Yes, that sounds much better than I think this is not good.
So, from my perspective makes the sentence softer.
Yes, it shows that you are sharing your view, not attacking the other person.
That is useful at work because sometimes you need to disagree, but you still want to keep the relationship respectful.
Right. You can also say, I understand your perspective.
That means I understand how you see it.
Yes, and you can say, that's an interesting perspective.
Nice. That sounds polite even if I don't fully agree.
Let's try a mini conversation.
I think we should launch the project tomorrow.
I understand your perspective. From my perspective, though, we may need one more day for testing.
That sounds respectful. You didn't say bad idea.
No opinion bricks today.
So instead of saying, I think this is not good, say, from my perspective, this approach may need some adjustment.
And instead of saying, I understand your opinion, you can say, I understand your perspective.
Our fifth word is assertive. This one is very important for confidence.
Yes, assertive means confident and clear, but still respectful.
Say it slowly with us. Assertive.
Assertive.
The easiest sentence is, I want to be more assertive.
That does not mean I want to be rude.
Right. Assertive is not aggressive.
And it is not passive either. It is the middle path.
The Office Goldilocks sentence, not too hard, not too soft, just right.
I still like that. You can say, she is assertive, but respectful.
Or, I'm trying to be more assertive in meetings.
What about the noun?
Assertiveness?
Yes, assertiveness. You can say, I'm working on my assertiveness.
That sounds useful for interviews, too.
Very useful. If someone asks about communication, you can say, I'm working on becoming more assertive and clear.
Let's make it real.
I think we should reduce the budget for this part.
I see your point, but I have a different perspective. If we reduce the budget there, we may affect the quality.
That sounded assertive, calm, but clear.
So instead of saying, no, I don't agree, say, I see your point, but I have a different perspective.
And instead of saying, I need to speak more strongly, say, I want to be more assertive. And our final word is constructive. This is the word you need when giving feedback.
Yes, constructive means helpful and focused on improvement.
Say it slowly with us. Constructive.
Constructive.
The most common phrase is constructive feedback.
Like, can I offer some constructive feedback?
That sounds much better than this is wrong.
Yes, this is wrong closes the door. Can I offer some constructive feedback? Opens it carefully.
Beautifully said. Constructive feedback is feedback that builds, not feedback that breaks.
Not a hammer, more like a tiny, polite screwdriver.
Yes, a tiny, polite screwdriver.
Can we use constructive with suggestion?
Yes, you can say, I have a constructive suggestion.
Like, I have a constructive suggestion that might help improve this.
Very natural.
Let's make it a mini conversation.
I can see you put a lot of effort into this report. Can I offer some constructive feedback on the opening section?
Of course. Go ahead.
I think the main result could appear earlier. That would help the reader understand the message faster.
That makes sense. Thank you.
So instead of saying, this is wrong, say, can I offer some constructive feedback?
And instead of saying, I have one comment, say, I have a constructive suggestion.
Beautiful. And that wraps up our word tour for today.
So today's 6 workplace words are proactive, articulate, clarify, perspective, assertive, and constructive.
And now we've reached the end of today's episode.
Remember, speaking better at work is not about perfect English. It's about clear, calm, and useful English.
Your ideas matter, and with the right sentences, people can hear them more clearly.
If this episode helped you, please like, subscribe, and write one sentence in the comments using today's workplace words.
Take care of your English.
And take care of your confidence.
This is Anna.
And this is Jake.
And you have been listening to the English Leap podcast. Bye!
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.